but that's all right. It's me and you. We got a special kind of friendship.
I am not your friend.
Sure you are. Fishing buddy?
You are fishing buddy? I never get tired of that fucking line. That's a great film. And I told you I had a redneck friend from Oklahoma. He used to call me, after this movie, he started calling me his fishing buddy. Fishing buddy? I'm like, we've never even gone fishing. Then we did. So then I couldn't say that anymore. Good old Marshall Dehooney, or real name is Devaney, but I called him Dehooney. He was probably one of the best sales executives I ever worked with, but he was also a big old fucking pothead. So let's see. I'm going to do something here.
I know that voice.
Shut up, cat. I just fed her.
Come on, don't be mean with her.
And now she's walking around complaining. What the fuck is wrong with you?
All right. There we go. All right, everybody. How would you feel about once a month starting during our live stream? We also offer a link to watch the movie. And instead of talking about the film strip, we'll actually talk about the movie while watching it. You guys can watch it with us. A watch along. About one Saturday a month.
Are you making a poll?
Yes.
Gary the Pole Man. Well, Gambit likes it. Says it sounds like a good idea.
How would you feel about one Saturday a month, a live watch along party? I guess I should put movie watch along.
Sally likes it too, because she hasn't seen most of the movies that we discuss. Same here, Sally. Usually I see the movie the day before we discuss it.
Yeah, a lot of people do that. Here we go. Hi, Snorty. Hello.
That's your friend.
There you go, guys. There's a poll up in the top. Hi, Sally Forth. Hi, Wade. Going through everybody. Gambit. Hope everybody's having a good day. It's Friday. Or as they say in Deutsch-speaking countries, der masculine, der Freitag. Sounds good to me. I haven't seen most of the movies y'all discuss. Oh, Popcorn Geek is here. Popcorn, we just asked the poll question. It's up above at the top of the chat. If you would like to do a watch along with us on starting with just one Saturday a month. And I kind of would have always wanted to kind of do watch alongs since we started this, but didn't know how. But now we have means of doing it. And I mean, if we time the I think that'll make it too complicated, Martin, to have the what do you call it?
Slideshow and the
Slideshow,
movie?
the same length of the movie. The problem is this is going to push us over on some films because some films might be over 2 hours.
That is no problem.
It is for Danny Anima.
No. What I mean about concerning the slideshow, that's no problem. I can make it the same length as the movie.
Okay.
Now,
Like,
however,
will it be the same girth?
It would
I
have
would.
to be the same length as the movie. Otherwise, it wouldn't make sense to people watching the slideshow to hear us talk about the movie that we're watching.
I know. So it's either we don't do the slideshow, but I think that might confuse some people.
No,
That
I prefer doing the slideshow because I've seen streams like that, and you see you're in the YouTube stream, you see a blank thing.
Yeah.
It's not.
well, yeah, we're not going to show the stream. You know the
I
what do
know,
you call it? The watch along on camera. So
I know.
it would just be
So
like this right now, and we'd be talking about the movie. I think that having the slideshow to match the same time as the movie would help people
yes,
understand what we're watching. So,
yes, I am
and you agree?
totally.
You agree? I get it.
But the thing is, I'm pretty sure Cosme has a chat too, and you don't even need to be registered over there. So everybody can just go there.
Still,
Yes, the answer is yes, Snorty.
And it was a pain in the ass to find that name because I had to go through so many streams to finally find one mentioning it and having a link.
I'm not up. If he sent it to Pop Culture, I don't read those.
no.
No,
I'm
I think
hardly
in
ever.
chat. He's been to an IMAX and watched Back to the Future and says it looks good. I think he
Oh
missed that.
yeah. Well, look, man. Pretty much the first movie I ever saw in IMAX, I was in high school. I think I was a freshman, and we went to the Air and Space Museum and watched the movie Flight on an IMAX screen. And I almost got nauseous at one point because we were up in the air flying and then did a sudden kind of movement downward. And I grabbed the handrail in front of me, even though clearly I wasn't in the air. That was so real.
It feels so real. I've only seen one, and that was a documentary about the Grand Canyon, and that was amazing. Flying through the canyon and going into the water.
Yeah, shit like that. But then the next movie, I was in the Army, and my future ex-wife, my future late ex-wife, she and I went to see Total Recall in an IMAX theater, and I'm telling you, that was something else. You think Arnold Schwarzenegger is big until you see him on a fucking 4 to 5 story fucking screen.
Yeah, I bet.
Hey Gary, did you my popcorn bucket and I saw it in IMAX? I don't understand that. I missed something, Martin?
No,
No, I don't understand it either.
I think it was. Nah, I quit.
I'm not sure what you were saying there, Wade, because it's just. I'm going to read it the way it's written. Hey Gary, did you my popcorn bucket and saw it in an IMAX? It feels like some words are missing.
Half a sentence is missing there. I think he was. I think he's talking that he has a popcorn bucket about from Back to the Future.
Oh, okay.
And then he says he saw in IMAX.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
That's a wild guessing on my part.
No, it makes sense because he said that.
Oh.
So yeah.
Oh, and he put the picture of the bucket on X.
Oh wait,
bucket?
yeah, I like that picture, dude.
Is it the DeLorean?
Yeah, there's if that's what I'm thinking about. He posted really cool pictures of a lit up DeLorean.
Nice.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Let me see if I can find it.
Well, oh, and he tagged us. I had no notification about that. What the fuck?
That is X for you. Facebook is the same, by the way.
Ah,
I get notifications all the time. Look at whoever just
you
posted. It's 2 days old.
you finally called it X. I
The
remember
only
you
picture that's
bitching and
had my
ranting.
attention over the last few days is any photo from the Variety event with Sydney Sweeney.
The what?
She won the internet with those photos. She wore a dress that you can absolutely see her bodacious tatas, nipples and all, through. And I'm like, that's fucking ballsy.
No, I find it disgusting. I miss the times where they had class and would actually dress up.
She's kind of telling people to go fuck themselves because she's been under attack. Yeah, so
I know.
yeah, here it is.
Wait,
let me
I
share
don't.
it, Martin.
Where?
What?
I don't see it.
Give me a fucking minute. I was getting ready to
Oh.
show it to you and you told me to wait.
No, I said, or I tried to say, wait. Wait. I don't see your message. Wait. I
Here
don't
it
know
is.
what's happening.
There we go.
Great Scott.
Great Caesar's ghost. That's pretty fucking cool.
That is very cool.
Yeah, there we go. That is the photo that he posted.
You're not here anymore. Aha. Fooled ya.
I'm going to let the poll go a little longer. So please, if you haven't voted, please vote on that and let us know what you think. Right now, it's unanimous yes to do the streams during the regular Saturday show rather than at 11 o'clock at night Eastern time. Brazil is what's next tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Yep. I love the film. Somebody doesn't.
I
don't know
made
who.
it halfway through, and that's all I'm going to suffer through.
He doesn't like Kafkaesque movies.
No, I fucking hate it.
I didn't like it either. I like it when I saw it first, being a kid, but then I found it annoying and then just plain stupid.
Right? I'm so
So
glad I'm not alone with
stupid.
this.
Why is he so stupid? That's my Rosie Perez impression. Why does it got to be so stupid? I talk good and all.
I'm surprised Gary didn't make me watch the whole thing. But he spared me that, thankfully.
You're lucky. The only reason why.
Oh, I know the reason. You did that out of pity.
Oh, no. I did not.
No?
No.
There, for a moment, I thought you had a heart.
So anyway, let me get into some of this. So after Verhoeven made Starship Troopers, he wanted to tone down the levels of sex and violence in his next movie, aiming to make a more conventional commercial movie. And of course, his goal is always to make a blockbuster. That's where the money is. So approximately 50 million of the film's $95 million budget was reserved solely for the visual effects work, which was primarily worked on by Sony Pictures Image Works, as well as Tippett Studios. And of the 560 visual effects shot in the movie, approximately 2/3 were worked on by Sony, and the remaining were Tippett Studios. Now, according to Douglas Kesey, and here I'll pull this up real quick. Oh. Sorry, I'm trying to get this image.
You can do it, Gary. I believe in you.
I don't. I have zero faith in me. There we go. So let it load. So in his book, Paul Verhoeven, Kesey got to go in close and personal with him on things that happened. And so basically, Verhoeven storyboarded most of the film himself because he's not a great artist or anything, but he understands what he's doing. Is he planned out all of his blocking, all the shots, everything through doing storyboards. And he pretty much did this with all of his American films, you know, Starship Troopers, the movie where she spreads her legs. Forget the name of that one.
Basic Instinct?
Yeah, Basic Instinct. And because he had trouble coordinating the action scenes in a previous film that he did with Brian James and Rutger Hauer and Jennifer Jason Leigh called Flesh and Blood, which I like that film. It shows the first, what could very well have been the first use of biological warfare, where they catapulted bodies of the dead from the plague and catapulted them onto a property where the people were hiding out, as well as dumping them in the water well. And so he maintains about over 90% of the movie he did the storyboarding for, as it was such an expensive film. He decided to change the camera movement, and because like just for the action scenes, it was $300,000 for the camera unit by itself to do all the action scenes. So he wanted to make sure that he storyboarded it and had it exactly the way it needed to go, which I think is smart. I mean, Stanley Kubrick and Ridley Scott do that religiously. In fact, a lot of Ridley storyboards he does himself, which are called Ridleygrams. And I love the way he does that, even though I don't think he's a very good director. I think he's lucked into great films. And I tell people all the time, Blade Runner isn't great because of its writing and story. It's great because of what he achieved with it. From not just the visual effects by Doug Trumbull, but also the fact that he created such a real lived-in world that you just, I never get tired of looking at the shit that he put in that movie. The atmosphere. And the characters are interesting. The only flaw with the film is its writing. And I don't blame Hampton Fancher or David Peoples for that. That's all the tinkering that Ridley did to their scripts. And, you know, and this is something that both of them are really professional about. But you can hear it in Hampton Fancher when they bring up the is Deckard a replicant, which is something he was not pro. But it's not his movie. So the way he phrased it to be more PC was when asked about was Deckard a replicant, he goes, well, he wasn't in my script. And I've talked to both him and David Peoples. And
it's a very diplomatic answer.
It is. All he's saying is not what I wrote. That was all Ridley. His movie. So I thought that was interesting, all of that. How he pulled that off with really what I would call, for a visual effects film that has over 560 visual effects shots that were cutting edge. Man,
they had to get new computers to pull that shit off.
And it's still, to me, it looks very plastic. The meat and tendons and bones, they still look, and that's one of the things with the early days of CG visual effects.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
this
we're
movie
in
was
2000.
shot. Yeah, it wasn't even 2000 when they shot that. It was 99. So it was still in
Yeah.
the 90s. And I thought he pulled off something that was cutting edge and somewhat believable. I wish someone would go in and clean up the CG today. That makes it look less like plastic, because I'm sure the material is still available. Problem is,
Imagine
with
what that
what they were
would look
using
like when
at
it
the
did it
time,
today.
probably doesn't, that software and whatever modeling they did may not work with current existing software. I don't know, those 3D models. I don't know if they originally did stuff in CAD or what they did. But like I said, this was the early days. Not that it's still in the 90s, but they had defeated so many problems already with doing CG computer animation. And this is, and like it says there on the banner, this was done as an homage to H.G. Wells, because it follows the story pretty well. And a lot of the same things happen. I think the biggest mistake they made in this film, story-wise, was the way he's kind of a fucking jerk from the very beginning. And I think that the film story would have been better done if Kevin's character had quirks, but was really a very nice person. But he's a jerk from the moment the movie starts till the end.
I would say jerk is a very soft word, because the guy,
okay, he was a
He's an
fucking
asshole, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
And I don't think they should have done that. I think that the film should have had him more likable, but with these quirks, like looking at, like, who doesn't like looking at titties?
the guy is a sexual harasser, for God's sake.
Absolutely, he is.
Yeah, and they should have made him nice. It would have been way more shocking when he declines.
Not even subdued. It should have been something that doesn't, like, he would like look through the corner of his eye and ogle a woman and then like duck his head. I think that this story would have been so much better structurally if they had done that. You would have had a proper character arc for his character. Like in this scene, there should have been this wanting to look, but then making himself look away, not getting caught or anything. I think that's stupid. That's lazy writing. I like it when the character is resisting their own impulses. And once he goes invisible, the interest in fighting those impulses are gone. And in fact, those impulses are now magnified by whatever's going on in his head. Hold on, let me read these. Yeah, I won't even watch the new one. It's like, I've already seen it. I will never watch it again. It was so stupid. That ending was so ridiculous. It's like, wait a minute. So if he wasn't sitting exactly that way, holding an instrument exactly the way he was holding it at that one moment, your entire plan of revenge falls flat on its face. He had to sit exactly a certain way in a certain place, holding a specific thing for their ending to work. And I'm
Gary,
like,
you don't
a
understand.
good writer would never fucking do that.
You don't understand. She was so smart that she predicted he was going to do that.
Yeah, people that think that way should be dick slapped.
Oh my God.
They need to do like the WNBA and somebody throw a dildo at their head. So Ridley Scott thought so much in visuals, but his ego, it's not just his ego, Gambit. I can go into this because I've worked with and know a lot of people that worked with him, had a lot of private conversations. And as I suspected, he doesn't understand story. And you can hear it in interviews with some of the actors he's worked with and doing things on the set where he'll go, well, what if we blah, 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 and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And someone goes, if we do that, it causes this problem later. Never mind. Just ignore me. Serious. That happened on sets with him. He doesn't think story. He thinks what if. And that was from Legend, by the way, when that happened. And I'm certain.
You think on scenes term. Oh, that would look great. Yeah, but it doesn't fit.
Yep. Real way. This is Paul. Yeah, this is Paul Verhoeven. And this was his toning it down movie. He wanted to tone it down and make a film that was more accessible to a bigger audience and drop all the sex, even though clearly Kevin Bacon's character suffers from a complex because he has a very RP mind.
There are at least 4 scenes of SA in this movie.
And one of them, by the way, was trimmed. The edges were taken off the shot because they felt it was too gratuitous. I love, look, Kevin Bacon is really good in this part. He really is. And I know they looked at some other actors for this part. Because I was telling Anima about it before, that I'm trying to remember the actors now, and I'm having trouble.
I'm trying to find it.
Yeah, because I told you about it, and then I forgot. Mel Gibson was one of the actors, by the way, that was considered. Guy Pearce was one. Guy Pearce, I think, would have been perfect in this part.
Yes.
Outside of Kevin Bacon, I think he's perfect because he's good at playing this kind of characters.
But I think Bacon did a fantastic job. And it's so funny when in an interview he said, special effects people, they're just there to make me miserable and try to break me. They haven't been successful so far. Because he had to wear these suits all the time, either black or green.
Well, even more than that, because yes, he had to do those scenes. He thought because he's cast as the Invisible Man, he would only have to be on set for like the scenes where you see him. And he was completely wrong. He was there,
all the time
with the black suit and the green suit. I thought that was really fucking cool. I really did.
Yeah, you want to go as Hollow Man.
I like the technical aspect of this movie. I think the sets are a little exaggerated, but
this is a gimmick that I didn't like.
Yeah,
I felt that
the lenses,
when they were down there, that they should have something making invisible things appear visible all the time. So therefore, the
special
big
lights,
clunking goggles make no sense. You would use you would use special lighting, some sort of futuristic sci-fi thing, to where only in the lab, the entire lab from one hall to the other, is lit with this, that it makes him visible, or anything visible. I thought it was a clunky idea to have the goggle thing. And this, I got to tell you, what does this remind me of? It reminds me of the gimmickry of fucking old 3D movies. That's what those glasses remind me of, and I didn't like that. The
science in this is all wrong. We agreed on that watching it.
Oh, the biology. Now, how the invisibility thing was kind of cool to watch, but the medical side of things, it's all a little fudgy.
Yeah. Let's be honest. If the thing that makes you invisible is distributed through your blood, your hair and nails and teeth should be showing.
Absolutely. And this is what I explained to Anima when we watched the first film. I said, the thing that's funny here is all the dead skin on the
Oh
surface,
yeah.
and there's a lot.
He wouldn't have to wear a wig. Yeah.
Would be visible. All of his hair would be visible. In fact, because he's naked and invisible, you could follow
Whoa.
his pubic
Whoa.
region fairly easy if you're willing to look down there. Not to mention a hairy ass or hairy back and chest. It's just, man, because that's dead. The only thing that's
Yes.
alive with your hair is the root where it grows. That's organically alive. Everything else is dead. Another thing you would see. Are you ready?
Okay.
Teeth.
Feet. Yeah.
You'd
Feet and
see the
nails.
teeth. And all the nails, fingernails and toenails. Yeah, I explained all of this the other day to Anima. I said, the horrifying part of going invisible is having to have the process of having those things removed.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You would practically have to do electrolysis to make someone totally invisible. You would have to give them teeth that they can take out.
Well, this is not normal
Ah.
invisibility, though.
No, this is still
this is
none
a
of this
shift.
stuff that gets pumped into the body only will go to living tissue.
Yeah.
It's not organic, but living. Anything else on your body that's not alive, hair, teeth, the outer part of your teeth is not alive, and so therefore you would see those in their fucking heads. I kind of liked.
He would be like Chessy the cat.
I liked what they did with it, Memoirs of an Invisible Man, despite it being a weak film. It was John Carpenter's attempt to readapt and tell the H.G. Wells story for Universal. The problem was, and I will tell
Chevy?
you exactly what the problem was. Yeah, what did you say it again?
Chevy Chase
was the problem with that movie. And but I really thought it was cool, some of the shit they came up with, the water on the skin thing.
Yes,
There's a lot of cool shit.
they showed in that movie was I'm sorry, what was told in the first one.
Was
when,
what?
When, in the 1933, when the Invisible Man is talking to Kemper, and said, I have to be recluse when I eat. I cannot be on
Yeah,
plane.
he brings it up there. Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
And in that movie, in the Chevy Chase movie, was the first time they showed all those aspects.
Yeah, he's eating, and then I think he smokes too, doesn't he?
Yeah.
It was fucking cool, dude. ILM, I think, was the ones who pulled that off. Let's see. Zax is here. Hi, Zax. What's up, buddy? Elisabeth Shue from the Karate Kid. Gorgeous. Look, it's always a good excuse to get her naked.
She stopped filming, by the way, for 7 weeks because she tore a tendon. And they even considered recasting her. What?
Was it her tendon?
Yeah. And she couldn't film for 7 weeks. And they even considered recasting her.
All you said was she tore a tendon. I didn't know if it was her.
Obviously, it's hers. Come on.
So, okay, let me keep this speaking.
Mom. He was running from something, sir. And then he crashed into a DUI checkpoint, committed 10 felonies, and not to mention FUing a room full of cops.
You FU me all the time.
Fuck you, Kyle!
Yeah, now
and
I will point out,
the
by
other
the way,
greeting video? We have Snorty in the audience.
Oh, Snorty. Right.
Do the Snorty.
Snorty. We'll do. Here we go.
So one of the other things about this film is you have J.J. Abrams' childhood best friend, and he is one of the guys in the room, lab tech guys, who also is perverted, by the way. You get that later. It's Greg Grunberg. And I really liked him when he was in Heroes. He played the cop in Heroes. Yep. But after that, and I found out he was J.J. Abrams' childhood best friend, and he's in everything that J.J. makes, I didn't like him anymore. And I'm sad, because I did like him. I thought he was a fun actor. Now, this was a Phil Tippett one here.
They started some things that got unresolved, especially with this gorilla. Because they start with the thing that the process alters your mind, and the gorilla gets all violent and thing. But
By the way,
but you
Josh
don't
Brolin.
see what you don't see what happens after the process is reversed. You don't
Yeah.
know they do they keep being aggressive? Do they revert to normal state?
Well, the thing with the gorilla is it was only just starting. Sebastian is in trouble because he's stuck in there way longer than any animal ever
Yeah,
has
but
been.
and imagine a gorilla, an animal who's vegetarian. In rats, that gorilla was cuckoo.
Now, William Goldman says he was sent the script, and he's a novelist, of course, and he was going to end up writing this. He thought the script was terrible.
Yes.
And but he realized, and this is also in the making of video, you can actually go watch that. He talks about how bad the writing was, but he saw the visual effects in action and realized that's what this film is about. So his main focus was trying to meet Verhoeven's idea of what the film was about, not changing certain things, but trying to tweak the writing so the dialogue isn't so fucking awful. And so, anyway, Goldman said basically that he started rewriting for the director, knowing he wouldn't like anything that he was rewriting. He knew it, and he just accepted it. And he says, I haven't seen the movie, but I gather it sucks. Although the special effects are fantastic, I'll never know if the film could have been saved. So he basically tried to make as much sense of the script as he could, but he knew that it was hopeless because if you really break down the movie, there's a lot of breakdowns in logic and how things like work, and the medical parts of it just ridiculous. There he is.
Also, none of the
That's Grunberg.
none of the characters has a proper story. They're just
there's character arcs aren't there. Period.
They are even likable. They are all unlikable.
Yeah, pretty much. And you have to write somebody for the audience to connect with. There's Grunberg. Everybody might recognize him as the cop from Heroes.
Yeah. I like his acting.
And you should know Elisabeth Shue from basically all those fantasies you had about her as guys. And maybe a few girls.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that never happened. Whatever. Josh hadn't made it yet, by the way. He was struggling as an actor, and he didn't make it until 2013 as an actor. That was when he did No Country for Old Men. When he got the paycheck from that, his agent said the amount, but he misunderstood and didn't realize that there was an extra zero at the end of the check that was on its way to him. And then he got the check and he went, oh, fucking shit, I've made it. He's told the story in an interview, and I think it's the one where he was hanging out with Ryan Reynolds in the interview, promoting their Deadpool film, Deadpool 2. I like the way the skin starts reappearing, but it still has a plastic look to it. And that is the only thing that bothers me. I would like the internal organs to not look shiny like plastic, but look shiny because they're wet.
Well, that's what we're going for, because you're wet inside.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work. It looks like plastic. Makes it look like shiny plastic.
It does.
A lot of cool actors in this movie from other things that you might know. And one of them is the guy that's the head of the lab. He was in a lot of other movies from way back when, and I forget his name. He's a weird guy that looks like Larry Fine from the Three Stooges. You know who I'm talking about, right?
The guy with the curly,
No.
curly blonde, the curly blonde.
Yep. And but you also have another actor in this movie I really love is William Devane. I've been a fan of that guy since I was a kid. And the actor I'm talking about with the fucked up hair is Joey Slotnick. And he has that really high receding, hairline because he's got male pattern baldness. But he's been in a lot of stuff that you guys fucking know. He was in Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Chicago Med, he was in an episode. But the show where he was in a lot, I'm trying to find it right now. Nip Tuck. He was in almost a whole season. Let's see. And Boston Public. I remember him in that. He was really good. That was, of course, the TV show with William Shatner. And what the fuck's his name? Or am I thinking of the wrong show? What's the one with William Shatner? Because they're all spin-offs of the other show, and then it would carry on with the next series.
Boston Legal.
So it was Boston Legal. So Boston Public was before, and some of those characters carried over into Boston Legal.
Yeah.
With Shatner and what's his name?
Spader.
James Spader. One of the single creepiest fucking actors ever. Nice guy. Really smart, but really fucking weird. He's like the 80s young Christopher Walken, because he always is good at playing slimy characters. It's just natural. That's why when he took on the role of Reddington on what was it called? Blacklist? Was that it? Blacklist? Yes. Jesus, man, he was good on that fucking show. Okay, so when you come up to this cage and you have something invisible in there, it shouldn't be invisible.
That's why they have these monitors.
They should have something that lights up things with a different kind of light, like UV special version of UV light mixed with something.
That will have killed the whole cat and mouse game,
which was stupid. The cat and mouse game should have started when he switches off their system to where they don't know who might be there. And the only thing they have to use is like a halon system or like they do with the CO2 fire extinguishers, using more of the powdered ones to put out fires. So it's putting out that like talc type powder to where anything moving around would move through it.
What is stupid to begin with is that the moment he breaks out the first time and disappears, they should have changed his code. So he wouldn't be able to
absolutely. Because we know the code. How is it that nobody remembered his code? Because he says it out fucking loud.
Yes.
Right?
Well, he changes all their codes. So he doesn't know them all. The system does.
They don't explain that.
We all have secret security codes that we have to tell in loud voice. Yeah. Ultra secure.
I used to use the same pen for years. And since I started having to use a pen, like at a bank, I use the same pen. In fact, my first pen, I haven't used this one ever again, was CE3K. And nobody knows it. Let's see if anybody in the chat knows what that code represents. And I will type it out. CE3K.
Oh, that's geek.
No, but it is a geek thing, but it's not geek.
No, it's
CE3K was the abbreviated name of a movie. by Steven Spielberg. I'm hinting away, guys.
God damn it, just say it.
No. I'm going to make you suffer. Yeah. So let me see how the poll is going. And then I'll give you the answer.
How many have voted so far?
Everybody. All right, it's 100%, Martin. We're going to do the show. By the way, I had a thing for her back in the 90s. There was just something about her I liked. She was in a little movie with Bill Pullman, and where he's basically a modern Sherlock Holmes, The Zero Effect. And I just thought she was all kinds of cute. And I don't normally dig the pixie cuts. I'm going to end the poll. There we go. So it's 100%. There you go. It's in the chat now. You can see that. So now I'll do another one. Yeah, that's not interactive. I don't like that one. Gambit got it.
Well, Popcorn Geek too.
Oh, yep, he did. There it is. Both of you guys got it. Fantastic. Good one. It's Close Encounters of the Third Kind. And you would see, like in Starlog and other published magazines talking about the film, instead of writing out the whole title of the film throughout the review or article or interview, they would just write CE3K. Reed's here. What's up, buddy?
Hi, Reed.
So for you guys guessing that, I'm going to give you a new video or a video. You ready?
Testimony during the final week provided some spellbinding moments. In a brilliant move during closing arguments, Simpson attorney Johnny Cochran put on the knit cap prosecutors say O.J. wore the night he committed the murders. Although O.J. may have hurt his case when he suddenly blurted out, hey, easy with that. That's my lucky stabbing hat.
Well, fuck you, Cap!
Ow.
So, yep.
Lucky stabbing hat.
I'm so glad we have some really good nerds that watch this show. And I know that some of you
He
guys...
called us bad nerds, Martin.
Who did?
I don't care.
You. That sounded like you were happy to have good nerds in the chat because you don't have good nerds in the show.
You guys are nerds. And you're good people. You're good people and you're nerds.
But I'm a bad nerd, I know that.
But I like it that guys like Gambit, Popcorn Geek, you know, in particular, fucking know this shit. And just, I consider them just as big fucking nerds as me. Because I just walk around like Keith with a fucking encyclopedia of fucking stupid shit that I know. And I just like that. I like the fact that Keith and I are two guys that people don't like playing Trivial Pursuit with. Because they think, oh, he only knows like movie and entertainment. And then I'm like killing them with sports and history and science. And it's like, nope, I'm a nerd for all that shit. Yes, Zax, fuck you.
Wow.
And everybody knows I don't say that unless you're my friend. Well, Keith is another one. Keith is just like me. People don't like playing Trivial Pursuit against us. And that's why we became such good friends. That plus I needed a replacement best black friend.
Wait, this one.
Replacement.
I'm a nerd. I'm supposedly...
I'm a
Or
suppository.
a suppository of.
Oh,
I
that's
can
naughty.
see it because the bottom bar of the movie screen, the slideshow screen with the play button and mute and all that shit, blocks half of what I'm trying to read. And I wish they would stop that shit. I don't know why the comments aren't on top.
It's because it's paused. If you have it played, the comments go over top.
Of all the characters in this movie, the only one that looks like he works in the medical field is Josh Brolin. He looks like
That's true.
a medical person. Hey, does that mean he updated? 48 months, man. That's incredible, Zach.
And Stream Elements is still stupid, saying he just became a member. That annoys me.
Yeah, but I like Stream Elements because it lets us know that somebody just did something.
Oh, he just told the joke about Superman.
Well, I've told that joke before this movie. That's an old joke that Superman sees Wonder Woman naked up on top of the what do you call it? The Super Friends building. So it looks like she's sunbathing. So he's like, I think I'm just going to drop down there at super speed and give her a quick fucking and then fly off, and she'll never know the difference. And then like he does it. He zips down, fucks really quick, gets off, and then flies away. And Wonder Woman goes, "Oh, what was that?" And then the Invisible Man says, "I don't know, but my ass hurts now." Old joke.
Very old one. Even I know
Still
that.
funny.
Oh, is that why it shows it? That's fucking cool. One of the things, because sometimes memberships will drop and stuff, that was suggested to me, Zach, was to do a single show where you have a super chat, what do you call it, goal, to set a goal for the show, and everybody sees it, so it gives them a chance to reach that goal of
I've seen other streamers do that.
And because I just want to make sure that it's, because we're never going to get rich off this show. I was asked multiple times by certain people, and I think that's why they kind of stopped talking to me, because they wanted the channel to grow, and I kind of like where it's at. I like that I can look into the chat and talk to every single one of you, and not have so many fucking comments and so many people that I lose what you're saying, because that goes against why I like doing this. So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong for feeling that way. But I if it got too big, I wouldn't like it. I would be miserable. Because the whole reason I do this is so I can look over to what you guys are saying and interact with you.
That's my problem with the bigger channels. The chat is so fast because there's so many people in there and so much going on.
With Plato's The Republic, the story of a man with a ring that allows him to turn invisible. Sound familiar? Yeah, I know. Illustrates the point that it's only society and laws that allow people to be good.
Nah.
Well, that's what that's what nihilists think, and I'm not a nihilist.
Plato think. I because it was just because it was said by Plato, that doesn't mean it's true. You get that, right?
Yeah. I mean, Plato was smart, but he didn't know everything. This is part of what bothers me. See how the bone looks here?
Yeah.
It doesn't look wet. That looks like plastic reflecting light, and that's what I didn't like. I felt like
you know what bothers me more? The restraining straps that do not restrain
Velcro.
you.
It's Velcro. Yeah, I'm like, well, that makes sense.
Fuck.
I'm strong, but I'm not Velcro strong. Yeah, you are.
It's also weird that the animals apparently don't feel anything, and To him, it's torture. Why would it be so different for a human?
Well, the animal was dying.
Yeah, it went into
Coming out of
ventricular-
it. Coming out of it.
It went into well, we don't see it going into it. He goes into VTAC, and which is, you know, when you go into VTAC fibrillation, that's when that's when you want to use your defib.
Yeah, but that's the opposite process. I'm talking about going into the invisible mode, and they've done it to multiple animals, and none of them suffered. That's why he's so surprised by the pain.
Yeah, well, that is
it.
why you have to progress in your testing. Because
society in place,
it shouldn't be
people
that
will
much
revert
of a
to their
difference.
worst instincts. Again, some will, and here's why they would. Some people are in real life real fucking assholes, and if there weren't laws, they would absolutely they want to. They fucking hate it. They like
or
anarchism.
give them just enough power.
And but you're always going to have some people that will, on their own, develop a group of people for a small society and create their own set of laws based off of really basic laws. But you also end up with some weird societies where they'll burn you at the stake for being a witch. Narcissism and nonconformity. Absolutely, there's a percentage of people just like that. But you also have a percentage of people that are inherently good and decent. And they would, if not for society itself, would set those rules for themselves. That, you know, like me, I went into the military. In the military, I was in an infantry unit, and I was told, man, you know, you go into combat, you can just shoot anybody. I'm like, nope, I've got a problem with that. I got a problem with that. You know, it's called ROE, Rules of Engagement. And once that rules of engagement is kicked in, and you are in a situation where you can shoot the enemy, man, I wouldn't be doing it. Not because of laws, because of my own moral instincts that I see that as wrong. But like I told my sergeant, because he thought I was a pacifist, I'm like, I'm not a pacifist. And I told him I was a conscientious objector, and he didn't understand the difference. And I explained it to him. You know, I said, you slap me, I'm going to punch you. If you pull a knife on me, I'm going to shoot you. And then I'm going to go to bed and sleep the sleep of the justified, you know? And he looked at me and went, oh, okay. Sort of like in Ghostbusters. Thanks for that safety tip, Egon. You should go down, solve rabbit hole. What's
sovereign citizens. Sovereign citizens.
Oh, sovereign citizen rabbit hole sometime. Yeah, look, man, I've watched videos that those people read. They're fucking nut jobs.
Yes, they are.
They're just being argumentative for the sake of being argumentative. I found something that allows me to argue. And it's like, it's not real. What you're saying, just because you're saying it doesn't make it real. And your laws don't impact me. Yeah, they do, because you live here. You reside in this place, and there are laws in this place, and you need to obey those laws. Sovereign citizens.
If you don't like the laws, you have to go. Go elsewhere.
I've watched those videos, and you know what? I root for the cop, even when the cop's an asshole. I'm like, drag him out of the car, beat him, just beat the fucking snot out of him. God, she is so pretty. She really is.
Yeah, she is. No, this one
doesn't know how to
and it
dress,
really broke
though.
my heart when I found out she was gay. And I'm like, all the cute ones are.
There.
Now in the Army, it didn't matter, because just having sex is like something that you miss after a while. And I had a couple of lesbians that I hooked up with in the Army. And I'm like, but I thought you like eating carpet. And they're like, shut up, man. Put that thing in me. Okay. The Moors subset is especially funny. I'm going to have to go look at this, Reed, because I don't know when you say the Moors, I think of the Muslims that went into Spain. Is that what you're talking about? You can fix her, Gary. You can fix her.
Sure.
You were
You
asking
can do it.
you were asking your way out of it. Shut up. Just accept the
It's like
gift.
that one time I met this girl that I worked with, and we're out having dinner, and she was having a salad. And I said, "Oh, you're not going to get a sandwich with like the rest of us?" She goes, "No, I'm vegetarian, and I don't want to eat those things." I think she was actually vegan, but she said vegetarian because she wouldn't eat dairy products or eggs. And
That's vegan.
and so I turned to her when she said that, and she goes, I don't want to eat meat on a sandwich. It's just gross to me." And I went, "But I heard you've eaten meat, that you like meat."
Oh,
And she goes,
oh,
"No, it's not true." I went, "I'm pretty sure I heard from somebody that you like to put meat in your mouth."
good.
And then she got it and she went, "Oh, fuck you." And I went,
Yeah, that's just gross.
and by the way, I'm not calling Verhoeven a racist, but the minute you met that black girl, you knew she was going to be one of the first to die. I remember going to see this with my late ex and telling, or my ex, sorry, not late ex, my ex, Tracy. I'm like, I leaned over and I'm like, "Oh yeah, she's gonna die first."
It would be
How do
nice.
you know that? You don't know that. I went,
Uh,
because I suspect Verhoeven's a little racist. He's gonna make the black girl die first. Yeah, the whole thing with the fucking goggles just annoys the shit out of me.
And they're not wearing them all the time. They
I know, and
should.
you're going to want to, and that's the
Yeah.
problem. So what do? You set up a system inside the lab that every nook and cranny has this uh, energy thing that allows you to see anything that's like either through infrared or what have you, thermal. Or maybe they could just say they put them into glasses, and so they all have to wear these little glasses like my glasses
a filter.
that have
Just
that
a
have a
filter.
filter system in it that allows you to see thermal. And science
Anything
fiction,
would have
man.
been better than these goggles.
Yeah, the clunky goggles were fucking like, come on, man. That looks like something from Ghostbusters.
Hey, Venkman's
Hi,
girl is
Bigman's
here.
girl.
Hi, Miss Girl.
It's no surprise that the misanthropic Verhoeven would agree with that thesis. As upsetting as the idea is, the modern truth is much worse. Today's terrible men are completely visible. Well, I've said this before that some of your biggest feminist directors that are men are closet are apists,
Here's part 2 of that message.
constantly invading your screens with TikTok videos, social media posts. Yeah, I won't. I'll never download that fucking shit. Fuck TikTok.
Yeah.
Social media
same.
posts and press conferences constantly being platformed to spread their ideas. Hollywood. And then you meet someone like Matthew Marsden, whom I'm friends with. I really like that guy. It's so based. Another guy who is based, I brought it up earlier, is, oh shit. I forget who the hell it was I said. Oh my God, I can't remember the actor's name.
My granny used to say to tell me, "Oh, if you forgot what you were going to say, it was you were lying."
Yeah, my mom used to say then it wasn't that important. That aggravated me when she did.
Oh, I get mad when people say that to me. I get a real look of
Yeah.
irritation. It's like, it was important. I just don't fucking remember it. I also dislike the neon
Yeah.
fucking
The blue and the
syringes.
orange. Yeah. That was weird.
Dude, high tech.
And in reality, it would be a large bore IV. They would inject it into a bag. So it's put in with saline solution. You wouldn't inject it directly in. That's just asking for trouble. In other words, you're breaking it down a little bit, so it's not so all at once. Of course, this is where he breaks his restraints because they're Velcro.
No, they're no break. They are retractable. Explain that to me. Why?
Why did they have proper restraints for the gorilla? They do have them. They're not using them on him. So many things don't make sense.
Now, this is a great shot here where he gets up, he's moving around, and you can tell it's fucking Kevin Bacon. The CG was so fucking good, man.
Well, they had him move and study all his movements and where his muscles would attach.
Yeah, this is where
he
he's
took
wearing
anatomy
the green.
classes.
Yeah.
To get it
every
right.
muscle, how the ribs expand and collapse while breathing. Just fucking cool shit. But yeah, that would have been cool if they put that song in there. I agree. Wasn't that also Invisible Man mentioned in that song? I always feel like somebody's watching me. Maybe it's a fantasy. Oh, whoa, whoa. Does anybody you remember that song, Martin, or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The kid had Michael Jackson work with him on that. He had one song. That was it. Nothing else. Never heard from him ever again.
Sander, I wouldn't say this is the worst, but it's close.
It's still fun to watch, though.
But it's a fun movie, period. It's fun. It's not a great film.
Especially towards the end when he goes on the killing spree and just doesn't die from all the shit they do to him.
This is really one of my favorite parts. Instead of doing the bandages thing like they did previously, they came up with the idea of pouring latex on him. And I like that. One of my favorite films with the Invisible Man is a film we're going to be doing soon. It's a little sci-fi film that tanked in the theater, but doesn't mean it's bad. It's actually a very good film. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, in that, the guy all the way to the far left, Anima, that's the Invisible Man. He wears a special makeup to let you see him.
Yeah. What does he say here? I was reading that.
Oh, the movie that made James Bond quit making movies. It is. He fucking was sick of Hollywood and just said, I'm done. Now, at first, they don't have the nares, the little holes for the nostrils.
It only appears
later
at
on,
the
it's
end.
suddenly there.
What? Yeah, at the end, they're suddenly there.
Yes, the holes only appear almost at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Another thing that doesn't make sense because you want them when you put that plastic thing on.
Yeah, you need to breathe. I mean,
and not just through your mouth because that's annoying.
And we have Sander Hammerschlag.
Hey, Sander.
Dude, Josh Brolin expression.
His character.
Josh Brolin expression of contain of I am so sick of your shit, man.
Well, he wanted that, and now he's bitching and whining because he's stuck in this, and they're all working their asses off to solve this, and he isn't even helping. He's just bitching and whining.
Yeah, and this is where you should have seen the decay. They should have had him being a nice guy before, and now you start to see the erosion of his personality. By the way, the gorilla makeup in this, the physical ape suit and all that, again was Stan Winston. Stan Winston is the worst gorilla makeup guy I've ever seen. The single best is Rick Baker, period, end of fucking story.
Oh, yeah.
Because his entire career has been doing gorillas. The first film he ever did was the movie Schlock, I think by John Landis. And he did an ape costume. Yeah, this is where Greg talks to him about, yeah, man, if I had invisibility, I'd fucking be peeping at girls and all this
Yeah. What?
Well, that's already after he broke into that neighbor's
There it is.
apartment.
Kane
and did that to her.
0027. Kane 0027. That's his code. I guarantee you he didn't change it. But
No.
that's so stupid that he said it out loud. Like that you have to put your code in verbally out loud. It's a code for a reason. Why do you have a code? So nobody else can know it. But then you say it out loud.
Even when he stopped side, he had to say it. That is guys, I'll be back. Anima, take the chat for a while,
Already.
please.
Shinatsky, he did LXG because he didn't understand it. Because he didn't understand the Matrix or Lord of the Rings and then turned them down. The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, that is. Yeah, absolutely fucking love that movie. Kane begins to go apathetic. It's beyond apathetic. He becomes amoral, and he's got an immoral personality trait. So when he goes amoral, his immorality is allowed to roam free. He turned down the role of Gandalf. Yeah. Yep. Keep it secret. The worst Connery film, though,
Well, the problem is
the film The Avengers, because you can actually hear his dentures, and it bugged me. So what?
it does. The problem with him is that he has all these bad traits already inside, and the moment he goes invisible, who is going to know? He can do what he wants. Nobody sees him.
Nobody will know.
And that's the problem with invisibility. Who's going to know? And just like that, laws don't exist anymore. For
when
you.
he assaults the girl in the film, he's like, "Who's going to believe you?"
Right.
By the way, that actress is Rona Mitra.
Yeah.
You know her from the Underworld trilogy, or at least the only 3 that I ever saw. She plays Petra in Red Sonja, which I still haven't watched. And she was in the 3rd season all the way to the end of the series Strike Back, of which the last 2 seasons were garbage. They went all out DEI on the show.
And
she was in Stargate Universe for 3 episodes. She was good. I liked her as an actor. I thought she was really good. She was in Boston Legal, another connection to Boston Legal. She was also in the show before that, The Practice. Like I said, each show spun off to a new show. And I thought that was really weird doing that. And somehow I believe that they're all connected to Ally McBeal because it's the same universe. And she has that typical hot female look, which I don't think's all that pretty. I think her, as pretty as she seems, I think she looks harsh too. She has RBF.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, we mentioned that, Shinatsky, that they trimmed that scene. The scene that is about to happen.
Oh yeah, they cut it back.
There was a lot more, and they trimmed it. Yeah.
It was just when they did the first screening of it, people did not react to that very well. It was just too much.
Unnecessary, you ask.
All right, so the other actor that was up for the part was Edward Norton and Robert Downey Jr. as well as Guy Pearce. But Bacon was the one who won it.
And I'm glad.
Oh man, this is gonna be so easy. I'm only in like 30% of the movie. No, he was there for all of it.
That's like Connor Trenier about Enterprise thinking, yeah, I'm just the engineer, so I'll have a lot of off time. And he did not, because he was number 2.
Yeah, she was in that. Yep. As I've always said, she came by her English accent honorably because she was born there. The American made film, yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah. All I got to say, man, is I don't care anymore. I don't care what they do. They lost me with the last Avengers film. I was done.
It's sad.
Once they went girl power, I was out. I'm done. You're not writing
Your
for
audio
nerds.
just did it again, Gary.
They weren't writing
weird
for nerds
switch thing.
anymore.
Now, have you ever considered that if retina cannot stop the light, as an invisible person, you are blind. You can't see shit.
He does have a problem with light. That's the first thing
No,
he
no, no,
says
no,
when he
no.
wakes
You're
up.
not getting me.
Turn it on.
You can't see because the retina is not stopping the light. So your eyes never will form an image.
Well, the problem is the eyes are made of a gelatinous material called aqueous humor, and
vitreous.
And it's so if you're invisible, all the light around the back of your head is hitting inside your eyeballs. So you're seeing everything is going to be washed out looking.
You're not gonna see anything.
Hey, well, you'll see washed out.
The retina
I just told you.
doesn't wait. The retina doesn't stop the light. The light is just go through
That
it.
doesn't fucking argue against what I just said. What I just said is all the light behind your head is going to filter into the gelatinous material of your eye. And so anything in front of you would be washed out. Okay? I'm explaining medically what would really happen to you. You wouldn't be able to see because everything would be washed out. You wouldn't be able to perceive any of the darkness of anything in front of you because of the light going through your body. And that's why it was so smart to do what they did, covering his head. Turn every single one of the franchises, Marvel, Star Trek, Star Wars, Ghostbusters, and more, into crappy cash grabs. Well, I was kind of happy when it seemed like they were going in the right direction finally with Ghostbusters, but then that last one just was annoying. It wasn't like it was horrible, it was just annoying. This is another thing I like that they did is what's going, you can see through it to the back of the mask. And it matches up with the CG they did. And they used black makeup for his eyes and mouth.
Well, sometimes it was all green. He even had green lenses in his eyes.
That was different. For that part they did, they blacked out his eyes and his mouth. Oh. Gotta look at them titties. Then she wakes up and she's like, was somebody in here?
Well, she's dreaming this, but still. How is she sleeping with the window open, knowing that she has an unstable, invisible person who keeps breaking out of the facility because no one takes away his fucking code?
Who is obsessed with her?
Stupid, yeah.
Who isn't?
Well, she's also fucking with the other scientist. And he figured that out when they brought the gorilla back and they hugged.
I don't agree with that, but I do believe that parts of it do suck. But overall, I don't think the movie sucks. They went over the edge with the member berries. That annoyed me. They also, with the member berries, they did the demon dogs thing again, and that was annoying. But pretty much the rest of it I enjoyed. And it gave us a chance to say goodbye to Egon.
They did
I
the
like
what
that.
again?
The demon dogs from Ghostbusters.
Oh.
Because a lot of us were pissed that what's his name that played Ant-Man? What is his name? Fuck. Paul Rudd. That Paul Rudd didn't get to put on a proton pack. Instead, he's one of the devil dogs. And it's like, see the lighting in that mask. That is just incredible looking. Yeah, I didn't like that movie at all. I thought they had an opportunity to actually tell a good story that had dual themes within the film. Is that she's lacking an actual father figure because Paul Rudd's character is not jumping at it. He's nervous. He's holding back, and she needs that. And so, in the script, in the writing, to create a source of irony within the story, because irony is important to telling good stories, is that she should have befriended what appeared to be like a fatherly ghost, and come to find out it's a false character. But in the end, regrets having helped the evil entity, and sacrifices his I don't know what to refer to it as. It's extracorporeal form is, I would have him destroyed at the end for trying to save the girl, and ends up saving the girl. And but Paul Rudd gets there and saves her, and that's how it should have been written. But no, they wanted to write a girl in love with a girl ghost, and I'm like, one, it's weird just that she falls in love with a ghost, and then you got to make it a girl. Like,
Wouldn't
why
that
did you
be
do that?
necrophilia?
I wonder why
Yeah.
you would do that. Why would you do that? Why would Hollywood make it look like they were in love? And I got into an argument with Tom over this, because I said when she leans in, she's leaning in for a kiss, and they cut short. And he goes, no, they didn't. I showed it in slow motion. I said, that movement she's making is forward, not to the side. It's going forward. She was leaning in for a kiss, and they chickened out last minute and trimmed it to where it wasn't more so obvious. But I'm like, it's still fucking obvious in the way you fucking wrote it. So I had a lot of problems with that movie. Don't like it. They got a little too much into the, again, identity politics shit. I really wish they would have let the baby walk. There was so much potential. It didn't help that there was news of who hanging around. Makes you wonder if he had a bit of influence. Well, of course he did. The other part is, what's his name, that directed the first film, ended up bringing this other person in, who's an activist, by the way, gay activist, in to write the script with him. And that's where it fell apart. I think Ivan Reitman's son should have written the script by himself again, like he did the first film, and step back on the fucking member berries. Just bring the characters and have them in the current time doing what they're doing. Which I love the idea of a corporation, Ghostbusters Inc. This is fucking nuts. And you can see when he does the switch, when he turns right there, he sets the real dog down and picks up the fake dog and then begins smashing it.
The thing is, if the dog is invisible, how does he manage to grab it the first time?
Because there's a monitor on top of the cage. There's a monitor on top of the cage.
He's not watching the monitor. He's watching inside the cage.
Yeah, but then he looks up at the monitor to see where the dog is before he reaches in.
Yeah, I hate that movie so much.
Nah. Why people approaches him without the goggles? That's no, no, you don't do that. No.
And like I said, they should have just given them all Google type glasses that allow them to see him.
Make it look cool.
Yeah, not bulky and clunky.
Yeah.
Yeah, that film was garbage. Like Janine wasn't a fucking buffoon, okay? And so what do? They make the male character that's in most of the movie a fucking buffoon. Their fucking neo-feminism is just fucking pathetic. And the only reason Bill Murray's in that movie is because Sony pulled a fucking contract thing on him. You owe us. You will be in it, or we'll sue you.
He's only in like one scene or so.
Yeah, and he got unceremoniously killed.
Yeah, I'm not happy with that.
That whole downtown scene was fucking ridiculous. The colors making it look like it was a rave. I was like, oh, get out of here. Fuck off.
Oh, the rave color thing again. I hate that so
Bright
much.
purples and shit like that. Everything's neon.
Sorry.
Hmm?
Hey, Genghis Khan is here.
Hey, Genghis.
Hey.
Did you make a second poll, Gary?
I didn't
No.
know it.
Maybe because we were
Come on,
about
do
to.
it. Do it now. Now.
Roseanne, what was it we were going to do? If I forgot.
It wasn't that important.
Jesus Christ, Martin. Please.
Yeah, they're, oh, yes, this guy is out of control. He's out of there, but nobody's wearing the glasses.
And nobody thinks about changing his fucking code. He can leave as he pleases.
Well, maybe they can, because knowing that asshole, he should most probably he's the only one who can change credentials.
He's not the IT guy, though, and that's usually who is in charge of that.
I wouldn't put it past him. Remember, he refers himself as God.
Yeah, but he's the project leader. He's not the boss of that facility. So there would be ways.
Did you hear they're remaking this movie with Jason Momoa? It's going to be called The Mahalo Man.
I can't believe that they went ahead and did a Hollow Man 2. I don't even want to watch it. We watched the trailer and I'm like, everything about this is a bad idea. Who would, after such an experience, ever go back to researching that stuff?
Never underestimate human stupidity.
Also, the facility is gone. All the data is gone. They have nothing to work with. And most of the people are gone too. I mean, that was so cool that they had him kill that guy underwater. So you could kind of see him. I like that.
There you go, new poll.
What are you asking?
Which Invisible Man film is better? The Invisible Man 1933, Memoirs of an Invisible Man 1992, or Hollow Man? I can't remember much of Memoirs of an Invisible Man. Yeah, I know, ironic.
I haven't seen that one. Yeah.
So I have.
Yeah, the joke here is I'm not sure if I saw that.
Yeah.
I made that joke when we watched the film. Maybe she didn't see it. The leaks confirming they were going to sue Bill if he didn't. Yep, that's exactly what they did. They strong armed him into being in that film. Oh yeah, when you click I saw that last night. I thought that was cool. E. Clay Thomason just brought that up. He says when you click on the like button, the little ghost pops up. And I saw it last night, and I was like, "Oh, that's fucking cool."
Yeah, I did that on somebody's stream yesterday. Like, I just dropped in to drop a like, and was like, "What did I just see? What?" Then I went over on our channel and did the same thing. And yeah, there's a little ghost. That's cute. From the writing perspective, yeah.
Of the three films that I mentioned, in my opinion, it's the better of the three.
I have to rewatch the Memoirs of an Invisible Man to answer that.
Oh, we're going to cover it. It'll be
Hollow Man. Hollow Man, I did not like. It's what the writer said. The story is shit, but looks awesome.
The effects are amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, somebody's asking for something.
Yep.
I guess we'll have to oblige.
Especially since you waited so long.
Yeah. He's showing restraint. So there you go.
I've got 5 terrorists going southeast on Bakalakadaka Street.
There you go, Sander. I like that too. That's cool. It suffered in the writing.
Yep.
Everything else was top notch, and it didn't have a script to match it.
Sadly.
Yes, Clay, that one is Memoirs of an Invisible Man.
Yeah, it's on the list, E. Clay, of the 3 films that I mentioned. It's the 1992 John Carpenter film, Memoirs of the Invisible Man. And what went wrong with that? Chevy Chase is what went wrong with that movie. And Carpenter says, I will never fucking work with that guy again. By the way, I thought I'd tell you the good news. This last week, they had a Philadelphia expo, nerd convention, and Carpenter was there for a Q&A.
Nice.
And they asked, what's going on? Is there ever going to be a Thing sequel? And he goes, I am working on that right now.
Holy shit!
Oh, that's great.
Carpenter said that, quote unquote. He wasn't fucking around. He's got a good sense of humor, but no, he was dead serious when he said it. No, I'm working on that right now. Oh, he said, we are working on that right now. Exact quote. And I was excited about the prequel because I heard that, we're going to do all practical effects and we're not going to do anything to mess with the 82 film. And so I went into it with an open heart, just ready to love it. I wanted to love that movie. And I got so fucking angry with all that fucking gummy CG. And I'm like, this is awful. And I also didn't like some of the things they did, which led to a problem with the thing. Oh, yeah, this is cool. You see the hand effects on his face being grabbed.
Yeah.
He realizes, oh, he's up on top of the pipe.
And man, that dart pistol shoot 45 slugs. A freaking dart. They took down the whole pipe.
Like, what the fuck does that dart gun fire?
45 ACP.
Yeah. Well, it's just a dart gun, but it's a 500 grain dart gun. Don't worry about it, Clay. But that is the movie, Memoirs of an Invisible Man. And it was partly a romantic comedy, and Chevy Chase fucked it all up. Carpenter once referred to him as a complete pain in the ass on the set.
He's not the only one who has said that.
Absolutely would love to see that. I like Body Bags. It was an anthological film, anima. I think you might enjoy it. It's done in that classic, like Alfred Hitchcock Presents, Twilight Zone, One Step Beyond. Just each story is separate from the other. It's really good. And you've got the interconnective character, sort of like the Crypt Keeper from Creepshow and all that stuff. And telling the stories. And it's John Carpenter himself as a guy that works in the morgue, telling the stories of the dead bodies that came in. And oddly, you know, I understood that people were rooting for that dude to get killed. The guy that was the head of the lab, Joey Slotnick.
Yeah, really? They were rooting for him to be killed?
Well, he's given his theories. The only thing he wouldn't say is who is the thing at the end. But here's a fact, that in order to have that ending, he had to agree with the Universal executive in charge that he makes it clear that the thing is dead at the end, that he killed the thing, destroyed it, the last of it. And so ambiguous ending, when you know that, is not ambiguous at all. In fact, I tell people, if you pay attention to all the clues, you know who's infected and who isn't. And the clues are obvious. Like somebody says, well, the shadow of the guy that was in that room when the husky walked up, okay? And he was like, you know, that wasn't actually one of the cast. That was another guy that worked on the film. You know, he was, you know, one of the guys that was on the crew. And he just dressed him up so they'd have trouble, you know, seeing who the shadow belonged to.
No shit, Sherlock.
And then I went, well, do you think he was Childs? Well, no, it's a white guy. You can tell. Oh, is he Knowles? Nope, again, it's a white guy. So that's two out right there. Is he bald? No? Well, that puts Blair off the list. That's three off the list. Does he have long hair? What? No? Well, that puts four off the list because it's clearly not Mac.
It always amazes me that you actually put time and energy into discussing with people that are this stupid.
Do this. Somebody said it last night in the Thing group, because I'm in that group. And somebody says, I love that some of these things are still debated to this day. I said, they're only debated to this day because people are fucking stupid and don't know how to do math. Also, the hair was too high on his head to be Doc Copper, too. So that's five. You know, and does he have a beard? Does he have a beard? That's 6 off the list. Just how many of them were in there? Not that fucking many. So you pretty much knock it down to it's either Norris, Palmer, or Gary, the security officer. Those are the only 3 left. And it's clearly got a different haircut than Gary. Gary has a fucking comb with the pompadour looking thing on the front. You know, the fin. Clearly not him. Is it Palmer? Wrong hair, wrong room. They go, well, that could be his room. Went, no, it can't be his room because we saw his room and we know that there's a shelf going along that fucking wall and it's not there. So the only person left is Norris. That's the only person it can be. But he used a different, it's not even one of the, I don't give a shit. He's just trying not to make it obvious. But when you do the math, that's all it can be is Norris. So it's Norris that got licked. And it makes sense because he had what's referred to as a passive takeover. His body was slowly being taken over because he had in the script, it's written he had an incipient heart condition. And the thing didn't know how to deal with it. And that's why he had a heart attack because it was taking over his heart. And it didn't know how to replicate a fucking heart condition, an abnormality. And he fucking falls down. And then some idiots go, well, Childs, when he walks out, he doesn't have a breath. I said, yes, he did in the previous shot. Also, the thing replicates you down to the fucking cells. Of course, you're still going to have mist. That's a stupid, stupid argument. Oh, but it's a stupid argument. It's not fucking logical in any way. The whole, you don't see fit. Also, he's shot from a different light source. The light's more behind him. So it's not going to hit the fucking mist coming out of his mouth. But right before he sits down, when he's in the light facing it, you see the mist come out of his mouth. These fucking people are fucking.
I think you made a point.
Yeah. I get so annoyed with these fucking. I like the debate. It's not a debate. It's only a debate if you're fucking stupid. The math is there. You can come to it fairly easily. It's basic math. It's not, it's kind of algebra. It's kind of algebra, but it's basic algebra. Yeah, that was my Don Ecker fucking rant for the day. Yeah, fuck you, Sander. And look, there is that chance with him that
it's brilliant how she gets the door open.
Oh, using an electromagnet. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
But you'd be sliding
clever
all over that blood. Yeah, you could not get any traction with those.
I know. The fact that annoyed me was she's that smart, but she doesn't know not to pull out an impaled object. Do not do that.
And here's the funny thing, Gambit. All of the stupid shit in this movie was what he wanted in there. But what he really hates is how stupid he can be. I wish Ridley Scott would hate himself like that. We'd stop getting some of the stupid shit that he does.
Prometheus?
Just one of many. The next film, no better. This is one of my favorite burn scenes in a film. This is done so fucking well. The elevator, too. I love that fucking moment. Jeez. Oh, the silver back of the silver screen.
I don't know, man. This guy, have you ever been doused with fire extinguisher? I have.
No.
I have because, dumb thing that
Yes,
teenagers do.
That was the reason. Because
fight with fire extinguisher. That shit hurts, and this guy is naked and he's doused with that.
Well, I think it depends on the type. The CO2 kind, I wouldn't want to be hit with that. The powder kind, I'd be fine with. It's the pressure ones that I wouldn't want to get hit by.
And then he's burned.
And then all of a sudden the skin flakes off. So one thing that I think they don't mention in the story is super healing
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
super strength because he throws a guy across a room. When he loses his shit, he throws what's his name, the fat guy from Heroes, Grunberg, threw him across the room into some equipment. I'm like, that's not normal strength right there. Ridley Scott is not the only with stupid scientist. Yeah, he's man. You get a lot of these guys that write movies about scientists, and the scientists are fucking idiots.
The sad thing is, Goldman might have been able to save some of this, but Verhoeven was
He didn't. He was told.
Well, the studio wanted Goldman to rewrite the script, and Verhoeven said, "You can write all you want. I'm not going to use it because I like this one." So
again, if he hates this fucking movie, he should. That means he hates himself.
he must have realized at some point that he should have let him write the script or doctor the script. But by sticking to what he originally liked, he made a fucked up movie that looked nice, but that's it.
Yeah, and a great cast, man. These are all Class A actors doing their jobs just right. You're going to say something, Martin?
Look at that big ass explosion. The fire gets.
Oh yeah, they're in a fucking elevator shaft with a massive fire beneath them, and they're not sweating or skin blistering because their skin would begin blistering from that heat.
Yep, and you can see the guy now because he's partially visible. Where in the
he
fuck was he?
Himself.
Where was he? Because the fire is up to the to her heels, and you never see him. And then he's there. Wow.
And he didn't die from the electrocution. That is so weird. It just made him partly visible.
By the way, he should have electrocuted everyone because he made.
Yeah, they were all standing in water. I know.
He makes a bridge to the water in the floor.
I know. Like I said, the science in this is not very scientific. The science isn't sciencing.
Whoa, Gary's having problems with his connection. Or is it me who's having problems?
No, it looks like that's scary. And he had it earlier today when the internet just pooped out for a bit. It looked exactly like that. And then he was gone, and then he was back. So we'll just have to cover, I guess.
Read by nature. He's like John Cena. Can't see him. Oh, man.
I still enjoyed watching this.
Well, more power to you.
Because of the effects, because they look so good.
Oh, now we have Gary and a half.
I lost connection.
Yeah, I told him what happened earlier. It looked exactly like what happened earlier when your internet pooped out for a bit. 6 degrees of Gary. Holy
just
shit.
Just like John Cena. I can't see you. He does that shit in front of his face. You can't see me. Fucking John Cena. What
the fuck are you talking about, Gambit? Gladiator 3?
Yeah, they're making it.
No, my God, no.
Why?
Because
no
Ridley
one
Scott.
needs that. Oh, God.
Why is it happening, Ridley Scott? But why, Ridley Scott? Because he's not going to be happy until he destroys everything he created that was good. Because secretly, Ridley Scott is evil. And we must find the Hollywood version of Van Helsing to stop him.
I'm pretty sure there's a pill for that.
Yeah, it's called the morning after pill. And you need to send it back in time.
Jesus Christ.
I've always wondered, why did they name the pill after a movie with Jeff Bridges and Jane Fonda?
No,
What?
yeah.
What?
Yeah, let's go back to normal.
You think that I'm lying and made it up?
No, but it was a bad joke.
Bat joke? I wasn't talking about bats.
Can't wait for Gladiator 4, The Revenge.
There you go. The morning after. Why would they
Oh.
name the pill
I know.
after that?
Because that's when you take it.
Yeah, but with Jane Fonda and Jeff Bridges, you got to have both of them there when you take it? I don't get it.
See? That's a bad joke.
Yeah.
It's not a bat joke. There were no bats anywhere in that joke. I'm sure somebody on set during The Invisible Man on Fire said, sniff, sniff. Someone smell bacon?
Oh, good one. Actually, we watched the making of that scene where she sets him on fire in the elevator. Holy shit, that stunt dude was on fire for a while.
And that's the
before he
actress,
finally is
Elisabeth Shue,
explosion.
that fires the flames at him.
Yeah.
And she did her own stunt with him jumping over her and everything. I was like, man, I'd be damned if I fucking get close to fire like that.
Especially with her hair. It's not even tied back or anything. So, cool stunt.
Gladiator 4 should take place in the present day and be all about Russell Crowe going around fighting people.
Again?
Again.
Uh-oh.
I liked it when Trey Parker and Matt Stone did that episode of South Park making fun of him.
Dude, remember when he smashed a guy in the head with a telephone?
Oh, yes. I will never fucking forget that story. That shit was nuts. I'm like, what? Yeah, he hit him with the phone. The receiver or the main part of the phone?
The whole thing.
The whole fucking phone. Like receiver and all. And I'm like, holy shit, that's an angry dude.
Tim just joined us right at the end.
Oh, I know what that's from. That's from the Tingler.
Hi, Tim.
Yeah. Please do not panic, but scream. Scream for your lives. The Tingler is loose in the theater. And that was the movie where they put buzzers under some people's seats and have it go off right at that moment during the movie. And people would jump up and go, ah, and it would cause other people to scream. And fuck, man.
Oh, he has
What
another
can you say?
version here.
William Castle
Yeah.
was some shit.
Scream for your lives. A polar bear is loose in this theater.
Cover your
We
liver.
have a polar
Protect
bear.
your liver. They just want your liver. Don't let them see it. Put your hands over it.
That's not true. The liver thing about polar bears is that it's so full of vitamin
Vitamin A.
A. That's it. That
One
it's-
single bite would kill you.
Yep.
And I shouldn't.
And Snorty goes, nom, 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 nom.
Yeah. Always. He's a hungry polar bear.
Tim, you're very, very late to the stream, so
There's some pictures of civilian casualties.
Fuck you, Tim.
That's right. When he's late, he's getting this one. Careful with your funnel, Gary.
yep.
I remember last time.
Good. Learn from your mistakes.
I looked over the top of it and watched the sucralose go in. I poured some sucralose earlier and forgot how fast it came out. And I had basically like Mount Everest of sucralose at the top of my coffee.
Yeah, it looked like 10 times the amount that you should use for your coffee.
But because I put so much, I put a heaping tablespoon full of coffee. And so, man, the extra sucralose made it easier. That was a lot of coffee.
Not for me. But you know how I dose my coffee, so.
No, I saw in an interview that he was already talking about it. I don't know if it's been greenlit, but I know he talked about it. That's right. Back before anybody knew who the fuck he was. He was in Friday the 13th, the first film. And then Tremors, which I don't really consider a horror film, but it's a monster film, but I do like that film. Flatliners. I'm not sure if I ever watched the whole movie, Flatliners. I didn't watch it in the theater. I remember when it was in the theaters, and I ended up just we rented it, and I was watching part of it and got bored with it. There was one part of it I really liked, was where you find out the backstory of one of the characters with abuse and shit, and that was interesting. The Secret Sense, 1999. I don't think I know that one at all.
I don't.
I know he was in a ghost movie, Stir of Echoes. That's the one I remember, the ghost story. And I like that one. It was based on a story by Richard Matheson. And he's a master storyteller. So, but I'm not sure how much of it they put into it, but I like the film.
Oh, come on.
What did he send you?
I'm going for it then. Let's see. Image file, bloom. This one. I'm going to eat his liver.
Oh God!
Beans. I'm gonna go Chianti.
Chianti.
Oh my God!
That is good.
Liver with fava beans and a nice Chianti.
So
The
good
smile
with
on his
rice,
face.
man. Oh yeah.
Jesus.
And that's
Yeah, what's
another actor who is always creepy in his roles.
Anthony? Yeah. All right, here we go. All right. I got this video because I've told this, talked about this video before. So here you go. All right, here we go.
Have you ever heard of my Nazi knock-knock joke, Louis? No. Knock-knock. Who's there? We will ask the questions! Now get out of here, Louis. Have you ever heard of my
That slap came out of the blue, no warning.
It caught him
He
so
did
off
that.
guard, and he
Yeah.
was stunned after that. You can look on his face. He was stunned, and he just needed to kind of walk away.
Yeah.
I would like to do Stir of Echoes, but I can't get Anima to watch it.
Watch what?
Stir of Echoes. It's a story about a guy who is moves into his new house with his family and begins being haunted by something in the house. And it is it's basically like the Sixth Sense, you know, in the fact that this ghost is trying to say something. And it's him trying to figure it out because it's a mystery. And what it is a girl was murdered and buried in that house by someone he knows. And he's got to figure it all out.
And why am I not going to watch this with you?
I showed you the trailer, and you're like, no, I'm not going to watch that. I'm like, oh, great.
Oh, okay. Because I'm usually fine with ghosts.
Yeah, I don't know why you reacted the way you did. We'll try it again today. We can end the show right now and go watch the trailer. And speaking of in the show,
Yeah, we have 2
I want
hours
to thank
anyway.
everybody for being here. Gambit, Snorty, Wade, Real Popcorn Geek, Sally Forth, Zax dropped in. Read by Nature. E. Clay Thomason. The Peter Vinkman fan site or Vinkman's Girl. Shinatsky. Sander Hammerschlag. What did you write? Sander Mescherslag?
Yeah, it was a typo. I corrected.
Oh, okay, it's a typo. And then you put asterisk Hammerslag. Okay. Good correction. Genghis Khan and FKC 2005, also known as Tim, and some guy named Back and BRB.
Yeah, they are siblings.
Twins.
Of course, with the one named Back, the running joke in the family is, "Don't worry, brother, I've got your back. Take care, Human. Bye, Snorty. Bye, guys. Bye to you guys too. It's fun hanging out, everybody." By the way, do you like our new little logo I put up with the? I'll keep it around for next year too, because I kind of like that with the jack-o'-lantern peeking over the logo. I just like that. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, tomorrow's the last day we can use it.
No, today is, isn't it? Yeah, 31st, babe.
But Halloween is tomorrow.
Today is Halloween. Well, they celebrate it tomorrow because it's the weekend. They always do it on the weekend. It's sort of like the 24th isn't always on a Thursday. So in America, where that, and of course, the Thursday closest to the 24th is Thanksgiving holiday.
Gambit has a question here.
I did not like Don't Breathe, the first film. And because of the reason I didn't like it, I couldn't like the second film because they suddenly made him a good guy. And I'm like, yeah, no, you don't get to do that. That guy's a fucking sicko. So anyway, this episode is brought to you by Backdoor Beaver with real beaver and butter. So I want to thank you for that. This is also brought to you by Keith's glare when he's looking at you and looking right into your soul. And of course, coming soon, we'll be doing Sci-Fi Saturday with LXG, which is the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. And we will be doing The Green Slime. And of course, I like Kim Jong-un there saying, that was my nickname in high school. So racist. So, and that's it. So thanks everybody for being here. And we will see you next bad time.
Tomorrow.
Everybody want to say? So bye guys.
Bye.
See ya.